What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Jandy Show, where you get fitness, personal development, and a lot of content just from the day-to-day things that I'm going through and all the things that I'm learning in my life. Right now, I am on day 56 of 75 hard. Yes, I'm going to be doing the Ironman on March 19th of 2023, and I signed up for this 30 days prior to the event without even training. It's pretty crazy because all I was doing was 75 hard, which was 2 workouts. I was getting in my workouts lifting weights. I was running 4 to 5 miles on average twice a day, doing my workout and my run. And then all of a sudden I decide, you know what, I'm gonna sign up for the Ironman. This happened because I basically ran into somebody at the gym right on day 40 of 75 hard. And this guy comes up to me in the gym and is like, hey man, I always see you running and biking. Are you training for something? I'm like, no man, I'm just on a program. I'm doing 75 hard and I just want to do this for mental toughness. And I was like, oh shit, I remember that. I wanted to do that last year. I said that and I completely forgot. And he was like, oh man, well, it's not too late. You can go on the website and register. I think there's spots still available. And I was like, oh really? And he's like, yeah, you should go ahead and check it out. And so I pretty much go home right after I meet him because it was the end of my workout. And I get to my apartment, I go into the bathroom and I'm taking a dump. As I'm taking a dump, I get my phone and I go on the website, the Ironman website. Moments later, I'm signing up for the Ironman. I didn't have enough time to prep. I only have 30 days until I begin this Ironman, until I can get as prepared as possible. I made the decision. I was all like, I either make the decision now and I sign up, or I just don't. I just say, I'm gonna do it later and then I'm gonna forget and then I'm not gonna do it. So I was like, fuck it, you know, why not? Just sign up and do it. And so I signed up and I did it. And the first message that I sent that guy that I met was a screenshot of the Ironman that I registered. And that's essentially how I signed up for this Ironman 70.3 in Puerto Rico. And so I wanted to share that with you because that's one of the craziest things that I've ever done in my life. The fact that I'm gonna be doing a 1.2 mile swim, a 56 mile bike, and then a 13.1 mile run, and all within the course of 8 hours, and it's last minute. And so lately I've been training, you know, I had to dial up my training very differently. One thing I want to share with you guys is that I am a terrible swimmer. And the day after that I signed up, I basically jumped in the lagoon and I was like, I want to test out my swimming. I was all excited. I barely swim like 0.10 meters and I'm all like gasping for air, kind of panicking, thinking in my head, holy shit, did I really just sign up for this Ironman and I freaking suck at swimming? I haven't swum in like over a decade. And I already had so many self-doubt, self-negative, and self-limiting beliefs that I can't do this. But I was like, no, I'm gonna do the best that I can to get as prepared as possible. Met a bunch of different swimming coaches. I started dialing my training by doing a lot more running, doing a lot more biking. Everything was just changing so rapidly in terms of my training. I haven't lifted weights, guys, in 2 weeks. And you guys know that I love lifting weights. I just love being in the gym and working out. And so I had to completely shift everything. And the reason why I really lean towards doing this Ironman as well is because since I'm doing 75 hard for the purpose of personal development and growth, I just believe that this Ironman is gonna push me even further and it's gonna open a lot more doors than I can imagine. And sometimes you gotta ask yourself, have you been comfortable in the way that you've been living? Have you been pushing yourself towards doing things that you really suck at? Have you been embracing the suck? Or have you been just living your life consistently on the things that you like to do and then you avoid the things that you don't like to do? Because let me tell you that when you consistently do that, like, you know, I love meal prepping, I love working out, I love doing my work, I like to work 7 days a week on my business, but there's still a level of comfort if I just stick with that routine. Let's say I never did the Ironman, I never began swimming, I never began biking long endurance, doing long endurance runs, I wouldn't be leaning in towards my comfortable zones. I'd still be lifting weights, I'd still be training my clients, I'd still be doing my business, which is great work, of course, but that's all within my comfort because I got used to it. I've learned and I've adapted on the things that I do consistently. And what I want you to get from this message is that if you want to really push yourself towards growth, you need to challenge yourself. And I had a moment today when I was biking. I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. It's Sunday. And I was like, I do not feel like biking 50 miles today. and I already committed to my friend. He was gonna pick me up at 5:30, take me right to the place where I needed to go to do the 50-mile bike. And I was like, should I message him? Like, I don't feel like going. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. So I got up, got my bike. My friend picked me up right at 5:30, took me to the spot that I needed to go. There was a moment where I had some anxiety. I was literally trying to figure out, like, how do I do all this shit? You know, I'm so new to cycling and I see all these cyclists super prepared. And so I got my shit together, started biking. I said I was gonna bike 50 miles. I biked the first 10 miles. I'm motivated, I'm feeling good. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I do 20 miles. I'm like, all right, this is not that bad. And then I take a little break right after the 20-mile mark. And then I get back on the bike, hit another 10 miles. I'm on mile 30. As I approach mile 35, I'm like, you know what? My ass is hurting. I'm feeling tired. I'm like, honestly, if I just hit mile 40, I think I'd be good. It's the same thing. I started negotiating with my bitch voice. I was like, you know what? I honestly I'm so tired right now. I barely got any sleep. My ass hurts. I just want to go home, eat a good breakfast. And I'm like, no. I snapped out of my thought process for that moment. I'm like, hell no. I'm not going to allow myself to give in to that bitch voice. I want you to think about those times where you don't feel like going to the gym, yet you go to the gym, and all you can think about is the meal that you're gonna have after the gym. We always have those moments where we're entering into something hard, yet the first thought that pops up is, when is this gonna be done? And when can I eat my food and do something very comfortable? And so I pushed myself out of being comfortable by doing the 50 miles and then getting home, going right to church right after, and then meal prepping, getting all my shit together, everything planned out for the week. And I realized in this moment that it is all about acknowledging and being aware of when that voice comes. What you reflected on why you did an extra set was because that voice came in that wanted to pull you out of the gym earlier to get more rest. You then acknowledge that you tucked the win by knowing that the voice was coming up, and you reflecting on why you're doing this, because you're trying to condition yourself to be a beast and to have a relentless mindset. I want you to focus on doing that this upcoming week. Number one, acknowledge that voice. And if this voice tends to come out when you're working, go against that voice and say, you know what, I'm gonna put in extra work. I really hope you got a lot of value from this video. I just want you to be relentless. I wanna share all the tools that I'm using along my journey and give you the exact tools that you need to be relentless and to hit your goals. How are we gonna make this world better if we're not helping each other with all the wisdom that we're learning? I love you guys, and thank you for supporting and watching my YouTube channel. I'm growing as we grow together. Make sure not to forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who really needs to hear this message, because I'm trying to grow my channel and help people who need that extra push and motivation during tough times like we're going through right now. Anyways, take care, and I'll see y'all later.